Okay guys, we're a bit late here. We had a few problems with this match room, but we seem to be underway now. This is 9-ball Scottish doubles, as usual. It's a race to 7, it's multi-ball handicap, and I'm speaking with my mouth full, not eating with my mouth full, because I'm actually having something to eat because I'm starving, so I do apologise. But we've got Dizzle and Izom paired up as usual. They're playing WizKid, and I think it's Noble or Nobby or something. What's his name? It's Nobby51 that's playing. And they're in Team 2, and they're getting 5 and out as the multi-ball handicap. Let's have a quick look at the bracket, because Nobby and WizKid have just won the first rack, although it hasn't updated on the bracket yet, I don't think. And this is a match here that we're looking at. It's a round 2 match. Dizzle and Izom actually got advanced to this position because the first match got timed out. One of the players didn't turn up. And we'll go back to the match. So Nobby51 and WizKid are up by 1 rack to 0. And they're at the table. I won't be long till I'm finished eating, by the way. I don't take long. Well, that's not a bad shot. It's plenty of room to manoeuvre to get on that 3. So remember that WizKid and Nobby just need to get to that 5 ball, which is wide out in the open there. But unfortunately, WizKid's overcut the 3. And that was a very good opportunity for the two of them. And now let's see if Dizzle and Izom can run the table, because they need to. And you know the old problem with 5 balling out handicapping against you. If you get to later in the rack and you start making mistakes, you're going to lose the racks, as simple as that. Now that was a good shot by Izom, that was well controlled. Let's get the right amount of spin on it just to get in behind that 6 ball. Well, there's a mistake made again, and it's now going to be 2 racks to 0 as long as Nobby doesn't follow this in. And that proves exactly the point. You start making mistakes when it gets to the pressure ball and you're guaranteed to lose. However, WizKid has, well, he's not having much luck. He's just scratched in the break. And we've still got all the balls on the table. Ball in hand to Dizzle. Now again, there shouldn't really be a problem for these guys because they're well capable of running this table, the pair of them. And of course the problem there was Dizzle didn't want to hit that 3 ball because that's now put them out of line in the 2. So with ball in hand, that honestly wasn't a very good shot by Dizzle for a player of his class. He should have played that a lot better. So I just tried a kick safe. Cue ball's hampered by that 6, but nobody should just be rolling this down the rail and not trying anything fancy, because this is difficult to even get on the 3. Well, he's got lucky. He's not got his partner on the 3, but he got what mattered most, got a bit of luck in the 2 ball. And now WizKid's looking for a bank, and he gets the bank. Well, this is a crucial shot. The crucial shot is trying to pot this 4 and leaving his partner and a space between that 9 ball and the 8 ball to get on the 5. That's a tough ask for Nobby. And he's missed it. Well, dare I say it again, this is a definite golden opportunity here for Dizzle and Izom to go off the mark, and there's no excuse. He needs to get this ball right out into the middle of the table somewhere, away from that 8 and 9. And that's just gone a bit straight, so Izom's going to have to manoeuvre this cue ball. And that's what you don't want to start having to do. He's got the spin on it. It's running, but it's still a cut. Again, Dizzle, just let this cue ball run off the end rail. He might use the side rail, but anywhere up in this bottom half of the table as we look will do nicely, and that's perfect. So we're into rack number 4. Nobby 51 and whizzkid still lead by 2 racks to 1. And there's a chance of a 2-6 combo here. Well, he's almost got second prize, I think. No, he hasn't quite. Now whizzkid could spin this off the bottom rail and kick in behind the 2. I don't think he's confident enough to play that shot, but if he hits it, if he hit it soft enough, he wouldn't. He'd knock the 7 up the table. So now he's done 2 things there. He's split the balls now, and that's going to give Izom and Dizzle again a second chance to run the table. Again, you would expect this to be easy pickings here, this rack. Now that's slightly the wrong angle, so he's going to have to maybe put a little of inside English on this. He doesn't want to let the cue ball run away. And he's brought it over square now. Well, that's made his mind up as to where he's going to have to play this. Let's see if he can get past that 7. Yes, he can certainly cheat the pocket, but he can't hit it too hard. And he's trying to draw it as well. And that's where the mistake's going to be made. As soon as you dig down in the cue, I keep saying this, but you can definitely send that ball offline. And he's made the mistake and pushed it into the 7. And that was all because it got too straight. Again, you get your position wrong, you make the game a lot harder than it actually is. But that was asking a lot to squeeze that. 6 past the 8 as well. So Dizzle will be looking for the cut. Well, that was an excellent cut. How's his luck in the position? Well, that's not bad. That looks like a simple stop shot here for izom. So again, he just needs to get this lined up, and if he's going to dig down again, he can have problems, but you just got to be careful. Get it on line and just stop the cue ball. And he's hit it to the jaw. I thought he'd hit it to the jaw there. My eyes must be getting worse. I panicked there for him. But again, pace of the cue ball here for this 9, and dizzle. That was really bad. That was a shocker. I'm going to make him look at that 8 ball, I'll tell you. I'm going to show him that video. So, now that's 3 racks that have gone to Nobby and WhizzKid, and all through dizzle and izom's errors. The pressure's on the top rated guys to perform, and when they don't perform, when they start making mistakes, they will pay the price. And that's the good thing about the handicapping system. It puts pressure on the big guys to perform and play to the standards that they normally do, and of course that's fine until you start playing in a doubles team and you're working for your partner. I mean, the level that WhizzKid and Nobby play at, they're not expected to be able to run racks simply because they don't have the overall skills to do it. There's a lot of learning involved in real life pool as well as Virtual Pool 4. That's why Virtual Pool 4 is so good, because it lets you execute the shots that you play in real life to play proper pool. And once you begin to learn the knowledge, and that knowledge is controlling the cue ball and what you need to do with the cue ball to get position, that makes your game a lot easier. Plus it makes the game a lot more enjoyable. When you begin to compete, when you feel you're beginning to compete, that's when you know that you've learned enough. But you're always learning. That's another great thing about the game. So, izom's got the 3 in, got his partner dead straight on the 4. He just needs to stop the cue ball, but it leaves izom just a roll through on this 5. It might be a bit straight. Let's have a look. Well, he can actually make a slight angle here, but he doesn't want to leave his partner straight in the 6, which he hasn't done. He's got a nice angle. It's all about angles. It's never about leaving a straight pot if you can help it. Now this is the crucial one. izom's got an off-line 7 ball, which really just needs a soft draw for this 8. Just to take it to the left here slightly. And that's not bad. Now how's that lining up? That's perfect, because again it's off-line, and dizzle can just either roll through, or he can do whatever he wants with the cue ball. Got it off the rail and left it easy for his partner. So in goes the 9, and dizzle and izom still trail by 3 racks to 2. It's still winner breaks, remember, and we've also got spot money on for if the money ball goes in off the break. In this case for dizzle and izom, that's a 9 ball, and that would be respotted. And we're also using rack money, and just to remind you, rack money means that instead of the traditional racking of the 9 balls where they normally are positioned in the table, the actual rack itself is moved up the table by about 6 inches, and I've found that certainly makes getting balls in the break a lot tougher. There's some weeks that these guys play Friday night 9 ball or 9 ball Scotch doubles with the rack money on, and it's very tough to get a ball in the break. I don't know why. So this is going to be a Well, this will actually need to be a wee bit firm, because if this 2 ball could get locked up behind the 3 if he plays it too soft, and then he could hook himself on it. And, well, the cue ball's tracking. It had to, because that 2 ball was tucked right behind the 3 there. And that, again, that's perfect. Just a little bit of bottom, and maybe even a wee bit of right on it, just to punch the cue ball away from the 3. And now we're getting to what I call the critical point again. No problem getting his partner on this 4 ball, but it needs to be a good angle, and that's slightly offline. Ideally, we would have wanted to be straighter, and the problem now is keeping this 4 ball near the pocket, because he's going to obviously play the combo onto the 7, but we don't really know what's going to happen with this 4 ball. Depends on the connection between it and the 7 as to where the 4 ball's going to bounce. Could bounce onto that side rail, cue ball could end up in the bottom rail. It could be awkward. This is why he's taking his time. Now he's well into his extension, so he needs to get a move on. Well, that's what happens when it's offline. It makes it a lot tougher. So now Nobby just needs to cut that 4 ball in and not hit it hard. He needs to be thinking, if he doesn't hit it hard, he's going to leave his partner on the 6 for the rack. So just a gentle 4 ball, that's what's needed. And we'll see if he's thinking. Well, that's perfect. Just an easy roll in, and the mistake once again has been punished. So WhizzKid finishes off the rack, and him and his partner now lead by 4 racks to 2. And a scratch, that cue ball just get kicked in there. And now we've got balls all over the table, and all of them with a pocket. So once again, we're expecting Dizzle and Izom to get this rack run out. It's only going to be due to unforced error that they failed to do so. Now Dizzle, I feel sure he'll just bring this cue ball, maybe spin it to the bottom rail. Well, he's left it square, so there is a slight angle, and again it should be easy to get down to the 5 because it's hanging over the pocket more or less. So this is going to be the crucial shot, because Dizzle's got the 5 and he's just got to get the cue ball somewhere over to this bottom half of the table as we look. And he's a wee bit weak. That's pretty weak. He had a lot of room to manoeuvre, and he's left it a bit short, and again just puts the pressure on his partner to get this cut in. It's a big pocket because the 9-ball's sitting there, and if you hit it really bad it's bound to get off the 9. And he gets it clean, but once again it's run a little straight. There's a slight angle, and it looks like Dizzle's going to opt for the bailout here, the big draw, because that's got the biggest margin of error. And this rack's in the bag. And Dizzle will just drop this 9 in. So we're now back to 1 rack deficit for the favourites. And that rack looks a little offline. See whether that makes any difference. Well, is the 4 going to kick in? Well, something dropped. What went in? Cue ball. Oh, that's the worst outcome. Well, what we got now? We've got the one ball in hand, so you can just drop the one in, and Nobby will have the combo in the 2 and the 4. And they need to again play this gentle, because the 5 is going into that left middle, and they just need to be thinking about what they're doing and take their time. Nothing too hard here, and that's perfect. Now again, whizzkid, make sure he doesn't follow it through. Oh, he's again, that's poor. That's not thinking. Didn't have to hit it as hard as that, because he was getting too close to that 9 and 7 ball, and could have hooked himself. He got the kiss off it. He's left his partner on the 3 though, but that's just chancing your arm. But now Nobby has not done his partner any favours, but it's still a shot in the 5. Now is he taking into the bottom left? It looks like it. He's not cut it enough, but he's got second prize. He'll settle for that. Now, can he see through that? No, he can't. You've got no way of getting to that. Surely he can't jump that. Well, maybe he can. That's a tough jump, but knowing Dizzle, he's going for the cut as well. And this is going to be a great shot if he gets his partner on the 6. Well, that's that rack gone. It was a desperate shot to try and jump and actually pot that, because he didn't get his partner on the 6 anyway, but now the rack's all over, just a roll in. But it still goes down as an error. I just hope Dizzle and izom are counting them up. Right, 3 balls going into the middle, but once again, whizzkid's dropped a cue ball in. I don't know how many scratches we've had so far, but I think whizzkid's at all. He's a lot. So we have a 5-9 combo set up there. It's not perfect, but unless Dizzle or izom can drop in the left hand side of that 5 ball up there, they look as if they'll be playing the combo, because the 4's on the right hand side of the table, and the difficult one's the 2. Is this cue ball going in behind the 4? Oh, that was nice. Nice little kiss off the 4. And this rack, I think, hasn't got much life in it, because I would think it's going to be all over in a second or 2. And izom needs to be careful though, because his cue ball's wanting to go to that top rail there, and that would make it difficult. And he's bounced out. Let's have a look at the shot, see what he's got. Well, that looks like he's going. Well, obviously he's going to have to cut the 5 to the right, but he has to watch the connection between it and the 9. But got to get this. Yeah. Well, that turned out in favour of Dizzle and izom. It was odds on the 5-9 combo was going to settle it. So, once again, we're back to 1 rack deficit. Nobby and whizzkid are still leading by 5 racks to 4. Dizzle breaks off, and once again, he gets no joy in the break. And Nobby's got a shot in the 1. Again, it's all about pace. The cue ball can bounce off the side rail on the right, side rail on the left, and back out for that too. And then he's hit it too soft, I think. Yeah, hooked his partner. And that was well played. Got the kick and got the 2. And now Nobby's got a thin cut on this 3. The 3 does go, but the cue ball's going to be running. It could run into that 9 ball, and anything can happen. Oh dear, that was unlucky. I don't think he could have played that much better. But the 3 ball stayed out, but he's done himself one favour. He's tied the 6 and the 7 ball up. I wonder if that 6 ball... Oh, that's an awkward one. I wonder if the 6 ball goes past. Let's have a look. I don't think that goes past the 7 into that corner pocket if the 5 was cleared. But look at where poor Izom's left. He's got no shot in the 5. And this could really take a bad turn, this match, for Dizzle and Izom, the way these balls are lying. And Izom sees only one opportunity here, and he thinks the option is the jump. He's got the jump, he's got the 5, he's got the split, and unlucky. That was a good shot. Very unlucky to finish so awkward in the 6. And Dizzle's a bit lost for maybe what to do here, what the safest option is, because I don't feel it's worth taking the risk of the cut. So he's tried the safety and he's fell short in that, and this rack could be all over. And in it goes, and once again another gift for WizKid and Nobby, and it's now 6 racks to 4, and they're on the hill. Just one more rack to go, and Nobby breaking in rack number 11. Now the 8 ball has gone in, and that ball will come back up onto the table. Just look at the top end there, and so did the 6 ball, and that makes them now tied up. And WizKid went for the ambitious combo in the 1-7 there, and he's got lucky. But now we have a 3-9 combo set up, so that rack could all be over very quickly. So this 1 and 2 ball are crucial for either team. And Izom's gone for the bank. Well, he's done himself and his partner a favour there. The 1 ball's run around the table and kicked into that 3, and that's more or less taken away the 3-9 combo. They're still pretty adjacent, but they're well offline. Oh, disaster for Dizzle. I think he tried some ambitious combo off the rail onto that 9, and it's given ball in hand again to Nobby. Although this is going to be a lot more difficult to achieve anything in this rack, because the 6 ball's sitting next to the 9 and it doesn't have a pocket in that top end of the table. And this is dead straight. Now, wouldn't it be good if Nobby tried to find a good safety here? There's no real benefit in potting the 4 unless he can get a good safety off the 6, but he could, if he gets the right hand side, try and make a 6-9 combo. It's not set, but it can be made, and in goes the 4. Let's have a look. Well, it's way offline. Way offline, so WizKid's just got to try and maybe bank this off the end rail to the right side rail. If he could get it between the 7 and the 8, that would be perfect. Well, it's kissed into the 8, and surely again, I keep saying this, but it's got to be a run out here, surely. And of course it all looks easy, but it's not easy when you consider the sort of distance that Izom's probably going to have to play this 8 ball from, because it's dead straight. He's now got to draw the cue ball back, I think, unless he's got a slight angle he can push forward and let the cue ball run around the table, but he's playing the draw, so it's all about cue ball control. and if he runs too far he's going to leave his partner no shot in the 9, and he's played the soft draw, and that's probably the best he could do, and it's flirting with that middle pocket, but it's still a better controlled shot he played there than overdrawing it. Oh dear. Well, Dizzle's got lucky this time. Again, a poor cut in the 9, but it's ran along the rail and it's gone in the opposite pocket, and like he says, he'll take it. So that saved their necks, and they're now back to just trailing the 1 rack again with the break. Something's flown in the right hand top pocket. I don't know what ball went in. What went in? The 5 ball? 5 ball's gone. He'll get a cut on the 1. He's trying to, well, he's decided the other side he's going to play safe. That was good thinking. The sensible shot, because there's really no way to get on that 2. Now Nobby has an easy kick shot off that left side rail. He's looking at it, and you never know, he might get lucky. Well, he's going the other way. You'd feel he'd have to hit the end rail first here after hitting the side rail. Well, he's hit it direct, but unfortunately he's scratched. Well, this match might be turning. It might be turning. Izom's got ball in hand. Is he trying to go for 3 fouls here? Well, I'm going to say this. Unless they can actually get these 3 fouls, going for the 3 fouls might be a bad mistake when they really should be trying to run the rack. However, in Izom and Dizzle's favour, the reason they're going for it is because that 2 and 6 is tied up, and that's still a good target to hide a cue ball. So it does put pressure on whizzkid and Nobby, and there was no angle there to get to that 1. So now he's hit the 2 and 6, he's opened them up, and this will tell us how Dizzle and Izom feel, because now everything's in the open and it's forced their hand to try and run the rack, and this is where the mistake can be made. So this is quite interesting as to what can happen here. Again, this is just slightly straight, so he can only go forward and just get to the end rail. And once again, I think he's got a slight angle. He can make a slight angle with that cut, but he's got to the cue ball into the middle of the table. Well, he's played it soft to take it into the middle. Let's have a look from this end of what the angle is. Well, see, the angle's wrong, but I think there's enough there to still hold it for the 6. He can draw off this 4. He's hit it to the far jaw and he's made the angle, and that was a good shot. And Dizzle's got Izom dead behind the 7, and all he needs to do is just roll the 7 in. Cue ball will take care of itself, but he's going to leave his partner the long 8. So again, it's a positional shot that's required, and a control of the cue ball. And it's getting there, but it's leaving Izom that cut, that slightly worrying cut. And in goes the 9. So, are Dizzle and Izom going to dig themselves out of a hole here? We're at 6 racks all. We're in the final deciding rack, and Dizzle's trying to work out who it is to break. His partner confirms it's Dizzle himself, and let's see if his luck's going to change here. Well, 4 ball goes into the bottom right as we look, and I don't think, well, yeah, I think that goes no problem. He can get past the 6, and make the potting angle. Just drop the 1 in, cue ball off the end rail, back up for the 2. Very simple. And now Dizzle will try and get that cue ball up by the middle pocket on the right, past that 5. And he's played that pretty much as required. But now we've got a shot at distance. We've got a 9 ball that's in the way slightly. And Izom's got to get the 3 and try and get onto the 5. He's stunned it. Once again, the cue ball's going to be running down off the bottom rail here and back up for the 6. I don't know whether he can cut that, hold that at that angle. Yeah. Now this time he's played that with a lot of English, checked it back and got it perfect. You can't ask for better than that. And this is where these two guys are now clearing the table the way it should be done at the level that they play at. But now Izom's dead straight in the 8, and again it's all about the pace. He's just going to draw halfway up the table. Well, again he's overdone it, and it's left it at a big distance, and it's at that slightly awkward angle again, and this can easily be overcut to that left jaw. Well, Dizzle has done exactly the opposite there, and that's the match gone. That was really a poor shot, but again it was poor. He shouldn't have had to play that from there. His partner overhit that, and Nobby just needs to roll the 9 in. Oh dear, that's a disaster. Well, that's now sold it down the river. Well, we're seeing everything here. So it's now been made simple. Izom just rolls it in. This match should have been all over. Nobby choked in the 9. That's the only other thing you can say. Did he take his time? Did he line it up properly? Did he know that he would have English in the cue ball maybe? We don't know, but he certainly learned the hard way, and unfortunately Dizzle and well, unfortunately for WhizzKid, Dizzle and Izom have stolen the match, and they win by 7 racks to 6. Meanwhile, WhizzKid, if I can speak, and Nobby, they go to the 1 loss side, and they've still got a second chance to maybe meet them again in the final.